What's up, you guys? New year, new studio, and today we're gonna be looking at one of the hardest Gundams to get in 2021. Surprisingly, this one had nothing to do with any shipment delays or cargo import traffic. This one, you just had to be pretty quick to add to cart. I'm talking about the Supreme Gundam. So let's check it out. For people that are surprised by this collaboration, there's actually been a couple collaborations in the past that Bandai has had with other streetwear brands such as Bathing Ape, the Nike SBs that recently came out. I don't know if you'd include Linkin Park, but there's one for that too. And now we have the Supreme Gundam. Looking at the box art, it actually has some really retro style to it. As you can see, we have the original Mobile Suit Gundam logo. We also see that font on the edges of the box, right there. Here we have our Supreme logo as well as Gunpla, Master Grade, and then this is the version 3.0 of the RX-78-2. One thing you won't find on this box is a Bluefin brand sticker, and that's because this wasn't mass produced to be distributed by Bluefin. It was an exclusive run specifically for Supreme, so I doubt there's gonna be any reprints in the future. So for those of you that were lucky enough to grab one of these, well done. And from the front of the box, you can see what we're gonna expect from this kit. It's pretty much going to be your standard run-of-the-mill 3.0. The main difference is it's completely clear red except for the Supreme logo on the shield. And we also should have some Supreme stickers or maybe even water slide decals that come with the kit. So let's go ahead and open her up. And we are greeted by a sea of red. Here it looks like we have a Supreme sticker sheet, not necessarily water slides. So that's a little unfortunate, but we do have a bunch of these that we can stick all over the kit. Some of them have a clear background. Some of them have the standard red background. I'll also go ahead and cut this open so we can take a look at the runner. Here's a better, less shiny look at the stickers. We have this runner which contains each of these 7 Supreme letters. I'm really glad they actually molded this out instead of doing just a big old sticker on the shield. And we have the 2 shield parts. Here's where the Supreme logo is gonna go. This plastic is looking pretty good so far. Another cool thing about this kit is it's made using recycled plastics. On the side of the box, there is some details about the Gunpla recycling project. Now, it's not gonna be entirely made of recycled plastics. For all we know, it might be just this runner right here, but you never know. Opening the next set of runners, we have some red poly caps. It explicitly states that the poly caps aren't recycled, so I don't know if that's important to you. We have some more armor parts here, looking good. Still pretty shiny, even though they're not glossed over or anything, straight out of the bag. Here we have some inner frame parts. These are actually cast in an opaque red. They're not clear red, which means they should be fairly easy to cut. I'm hoping that's the case, because I'm definitely gonna build this. Now for the Supreme fans out there, you're probably wondering why I'm actually opening this kit. That's because I'm a Gunpla YouTuber. Of course I'm gonna open it. Now with the rest of the kit, it's pretty much all standard parts. I don't see anything different. I'm gonna go through the rest of the runners, and if anything looks pretty new, then I'll definitely point it out. But I'm not expecting anything. Here's something new that we find in the kit. So usually these would be a mixture of red, gray, and white sticker decals. But as we can see here, they're all entirely red. As well as over here, those of you who have built this kit before will remember that these would be either silver or copper colored. In this kit, it's entirely chrome red. Nothing new with these runners here. We do get our translucent red Amuro. One thing that is strange about this kit is the Amuro doesn't come on a stand. So you might either have to make your own stand. You could probably even use this tab that's right here, or I don't know, just don't display it. We have our Master Grade manipulators that are also in red as opposed to gray that we usually see on the kit. And even our Beam Saber effect parts are in a clear red as opposed to a clear pink. Here we have parts for the Core Fighter that is also in clear red. And yeah, that's pretty much all the new stuff we have with the runners. Let's take a look at the manual real quick. Here we can see the same box art. There's no Supreme logo here. Some more details about Gunpla, the Gunpla recycling project. This actually looks pretty similar to the original 3.0 manual. The only difference is I believe the original 3.0 is entirely in Japanese. There are English subtitles in this, or translations, sorry. Here we have instructions for assembling the new shield, which should be pretty straightforward. You're just putting the letters in their place. And here we have a section talking about the Supreme decals. Technically, there's only 3 that are assigned to be on. That's 1 on the chest and 1 on each of the knees. And like you saw, we have a bunch, so we can put them anywhere we want. And there we have it. So now that we got it all unboxed, I'm gonna pop into stream and build it with you guys, and then we'll come back later to see the finished result. Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to be really meticulous with this build, and I don't know which way. Funny story, there's this one time when I was younger, me and my family would always go out to eat with my grandparent. We had gone to Captain D's once, and I had gotten like a kid's meal. After I had finished my food, and my grandma, she's like, "You want more? I'll get you more." And I'm like, okay, I guess. And then so she goes and gets me more food. And then right after I finish the second one, she comes up to me, she's like, "You need to lose some weight." I'm like, come on, you're the one who got me it. Like, what am I supposed to do? She debated me. I was so hurt. This goes on this side. Did I get the Nike SB high grade unicorns? I did get both of them actually. I completely forgot about that. A lot of people have mixed emotions about this kit. Like some people are like, this kit is so dumb. Why did Bandai even do this with Supreme? I always see it as like, it's getting people to talk about Gundam. They wouldn't normally talk about Gundam. To grow the community is probably the most important part about this kit. So yeah, thank you for stopping by. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to keep up with the stream or keep up with the channel videos. And as usual, start building. So it is a new day, same hoodie, but I've had this kit built up for a few days now. And since then, I've taken some video of it to showcase some poses as well as some close-up details of the kit. But before I show you that, let's go over some pros and cons of this kit. So the main pro of the kit is this actually comes in a really nice clear red, which you probably noticed already. Now, I'm not a big fan of the color red or clear kits in general, but after having this built, it does make me want to change my mind a little bit. If we bring it up close, you can see that there are foil stickers on the original that are replaced with a red metallic sticker instead. All of the inner frame parts, as well as the hands, the collar, parts of the backpack and stuff like that, those aren't a clear red, they're replaced with an opaque red, and that'll match up directly with the original 3.0 where we see pretty much all of the gray parts are going to be an opaque red. This kit comes with a bunch of decals that I showed you before, and you're only really directed to put 3 of them on. That's 1 on the chest and 1 on each knee. So you have a lot of free reign to customize however you want it to go. For example, I put 1 Supreme sticker here on the foot as well as the other side, and I put 1 here on the backpack. These decals that are just the Supreme letters actually have a pretty narrow border, so they kind of look like they're a dry rub decal when you put them on. Moving on to the shield, we do get specifically molded parts. As you can see, it has the Supreme logo all over the front. There are no cutouts for the eye hole, as well as the handle and bolts that come out the front, and there's no cross section here. Now, one good thing about that with this kit is it does come with the extra parts to make the original shield in clear red. As you can see, we have the main back frame part as well as the front plate. We have the eye hole cover that can slide up and down and the brace that holds it in place. We have a clear red version of the cross, and we have the handles and bolts in an opaque red. Now on the beam rifle, there's really nothing special with it. However, it is good to note that there are no opaque red parts on this weapon. As you can see, I also slapped some Supreme decals on this gun. On the bazooka, same situation, except the handle is in an opaque red, and it does have the holding tab in the handle, and I also added some Supreme decals on here. It's worth mentioning that in the kit, we do get clear parts for the handle. However, one thing you will notice is the clear parts don't come with a holding tab, and there's also no hole to transfer this holding tab to this clear handle. So this clear handle would work purely for aesthetics. However, if you were trying to pose a kit with the clear handle on the bazooka, it would not have a good time holding the bazooka up. And lastly, we have the core fighter that we can open up the wings and pull them out slightly. It's hard to see, but even the pilot inside is a clear red, and the landing gear is clear red as well. The beam sabers are exactly what you'd expect. They're just a clear red handle. The beam effect part, however, is more red than it is pink that we usually would see with the RX-78-2 kit. Doesn't really seem special to me, but it does add to the red aesthetic of the kit. At each of the joints, we have these circle caps here that kind of show a little bit of the inner frame in the middle. We do have alternate parts that we can swap out with those to cover it up. So this is what it looks like with the opening, and this is what it looks like with the alternate part. So those are basically the pros of the kit. So let's take a look at the cons that I found. Now, the cons I found with this kit aren't necessarily specific to this kit, more so the Master Grade 3.0 in general. but it still counts. The foil stickers we talked about, they're kind of annoying to put on, and they also rub off the color really easily. So after posing it for just a little bit, you might be able to see that the edges are starting to rub off the red and they show more silver. There are some loose areas in this kit, but it's mostly with armor. None of the frame is really that loose, but as you can see, the shoulder armor is wiggling. Even if you snug it up to the arm, after a couple poses or so, it'll start to wiggle again. This arm is a little better at it for some reason. I don't really understand why. But the main thing that annoys me about this kit and really bothered me with the original is this crotch armor piece right here. If I were to tap the kit on the table, you'll see that it's actually going to fall out. And that is actually even worse on my original RX-78-3. You can see that if I tap this on the table, same thing happens. Another con is with the core fighter. When you have the wings extended out like this, they're a little bit loose and don't really conform to a specific pose. They tend to sag down like that, and they don't really stay in position unless you bring them higher up, which doesn't really make sense for this. I guess this is probably the best look you can get for it. Speaking of the core fighter, we do have the option of transforming it into the core block. However, much like the original 3.0, we get a core block on the inside that is much sturdier. Another big con of this kit are the marking decals, such as the warning sign or the random text decals. They're all in red and they don't really show on the kit that well. Now, I was going to decal this entire core fighter. I started with this one right here, which is in a light red, and you can kind of see it, so I was feeling all right about the decals. Then I put this one on, which is a darker red, and you pretty much can't even tell that there's any text there. It just looks like Scotch tape on the kit. I felt like it was taking away from the kit because it's giving a matte finish when it should be a glossy finish, so I decided against putting any more of the marking decals on it. And the last con about this kit that is very niche, may not apply to you. Here we have our pilot figure, but he doesn't have a base to stand on. It's pretty much just the pilot. Usually we get a base that is used to prop him upright, but this one is specifically just the pilot. All right, so we went over the pros and cons of the kit. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the aesthetics. That's it for the review. Hope you all enjoyed the video. And before anything else, special thank you to the patrons of the channel, especially our new patron, Chow Huang Ha. Excuse me if I'm butchering that pronunciation. If you'd like to become a Patreon, join the Discord, or follow me on Instagram, go ahead and click the link tree below in the description, and it'll have everything there for you. My final thoughts on this kit being, would I be willing to buy it again? At retail price of, I think it was like $88, probably. I'd say it's a worthwhile price, but the resale prices are anywhere between $180 and $220. I don't think that's worth it. If you're a collector, it might be worth it, but as a casual builder or even a casual Supreme collector, I don't feel like the markup is worth it for this kit. Now, if it was a master grade Gundam The Origin, that might be a different story. Anyways, that's it for now. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And of course, if you want to see more Gunpla content, hit that subscribe button. But until next time, you guys have a good rest of your day and start building.